Take us through like how to make sure that we build the right system in the first place. We're kind of talking about it here, but like if you're going to advise a client to say, hey, you're just starting out, what are the things they should be doing right from the get-go? How do you build the system right in the first place if you're just getting going and just taking on jobs? What are the steps to make sure you get your sales tax stuff dialed in before it gets sideways?
Well, I would make sure that you're talking to a true tax professional who really understands sales and use tax. Because I've seen businesses who are not required to hold seller's permit who get registered, and you don't want to hold a seller's permit when you're not required to because it creates liabilities and eliminates certain exemptions, and you don't want to do that. So make sure that you talk to a tax professional and don't just automatically register. Holding a seller's permit doesn't give you a right to sell things. Seller's permits are for people who have sales tax liability. So that's a distinction. Okay. So a lot of people get that confused.
Got it.
And then your next thing is understanding what your taxable sales and services are. And then your other next step is, will you have a use tax liability? So sometimes contractors don't have a sales tax liability because they do all real property work.
Okay.
But they have a use tax liability. They are purchasing a lot of product materials from out of state that isn't taxed, and they need to remit use tax because it's installed in state.
Because they're not paying sales taxes when they buy the materials. Basically, they're like exempt at the purchase and paid the tax.
Well, if they're purchasing from out of state, maybe the vendors aren't required to remit or collect tax in your state. And then that means the contractor installing it in this state, whatever state they're in, would have a use tax liability. And then they would want to register for a use tax permit only.
Would you pay I don't think I've ever paid a use tax. Would you pay a use tax based on the value of the materials or the value that you charge your client?
No, the value of the materials you're purchasing. Use tax is since you didn't pay sales tax on your purchase, you remit use tax.
Got it. Versus sales tax would be like you're basically passing it through to your end client versus you're assuming it as the person paying the taxes. You're passing it on and collecting it and then remitting it to the government. As the
sales tax is when you are making a sale and your sale is subject to tax.
Taxable to the end client.
Yeah.
Hey, home service heroes. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our home service happy hour content today. I sure hope you learned a little something, and I sure as heck hope that it was entertaining. If you did find it fun and entertaining, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more cool, fun, entertaining business content. And speaking of which, stay tuned. There's a little more here, and a little more right here. Check it out.